And so the great trek to the top was consigned to history, our memory banks and YouTube servers. And yes, a recap of my experience of the trip and what I would or wouldn't do differently is still coming. I completely forgot I was going to do that until I edited the last video. However, I am still in Cape York, so although the tip trip is finished, the Cape adventure continues. The following video picks back up at Coen's The Bend Free Camp, my long, drawn-out breakdown and newly made friends departing, along with a whole bunch of other interesting turns of fate. I apologise for the lack of structure throughout the upcoming videos. As you're about to see, life once more showed me what it thinks of plans made and threw me a curveball. It's been a little fly by the seat of my pants since.
We're rolling.
So, this engine light issue has been the bane of my existence and started to get really bad on the drive back from from the tip. And I pretty much had dead pedal, sort of had no power over 2000 RPM unless I was going downhill. And I kept getting this engine warning light, this Nissan code 77 injector timing problem. So I spent we booked it back to Coen, did 430 k's yesterday to get back here, and I jumped on the internet and spent most of the night pouring through forums and learning about these VP44 diesel pumps and all their shortcomings. So I thought, well, I didn't want to keep driving because I'm just too worried about doing a pump, and these pumps are $4,000. So, and I may have already done one, we will find out, but where we're at now is I've pulled a whole bunch of shit off, and I've found that the timing solenoid, which is known to go on these, the wire, the harness or the loom for it, that runs from the solenoid up to the sort of motherboard, if you will, that sits on top of the pump. Those wires had lost all of their plastic coating, their insulation. And actually, I'll show you down here. As you can see, back to bare wire. So I'm at the point of stripping that all the way back, and then hopefully gonna coat them in heat shrink, because I think I have some of that, and fingers crossed bodgy it up enough to get me back to civilization, because I'm still a good sort of 300-400 k's out of Cairns or something, where I can look at getting myself a better fix happening. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at now. I'm knackered, but I'm hopeful, so that's good. Anyway, I'll get back to it. Alrighty, so here we go. We've got the anniversary showdown.
Brianna's gonna tear up the show.
Who's your money on? Who's your money on? And I won the first game, so I'm playing the winner. Let's go.
So this is gonna be like me. Let's
Yeah. Oh, check it out, eh? We got Coen's Sex Change Hotel. Seems very woke for a little country town, doesn't it? Cool little spot. Cool little spot. Just a room with a bunch of photos on the walls and good old country Aussie pub. What more can you want? And a free pool table. Happy days. See you later. Bye. Oh well, eh? Just like that, back on my lonesome here at Coen, which is starting to feel like home. And yeah, I'm stranded. So stranded for now, broken down. As you know, the update is that what I did didn't work, but I ended up having a truck diesel mechanic camped just over the way from me who came over, and he happened to have some clear hose on him that I was able to put on the injector pump side of my fuel filter, and that way I was able to see that there's heaps of air getting through, heaps of air, and diesels hate air in the fuel system. So he gave the primer pump on top of the diesel fuel filter a good knock, good shake around, and every time he did that, masses of bubbles went through. So he determined that it's a primer pump. That's what's failed. There's like a diaphragm in there, and he reckons it's got a hole in it or something, and must have buggered it on the corrugations. So I'm still quite worried that, having driven all the way from the tip down here to Coen, 430 k's, with a lot of air going through, that I've overheated my pump and fucked it. Because these pumps are renowned for that. They're known for failing due to heat, air getting in, water, blah blah blah. So that's the update. Basically at this point I've ordered a primer pump. I've got one coming. That should arrive here on Wednesday. It's currently Sunday. So I've just got to sit here, pray that we get some sun, because my 12-volt system is dying rapidly and it is overcast as hell, and wait. And then I've got to get my primer pump, fit it, pray that she runs sweet after that, and if not, it's an injector pump, and I don't know what I'm going to do at that point, but that's a bridge that we shall cross when we get there. Anyway, I'm gonna read my book. Chat to you later. The following clip was difficult for me to include in the final edit. I chose to do so because life is balance, light and dark, joy and pain, good and bad. And whilst it's nice to focus on the light, I believe it's important to acknowledge the dark. The following few days were very challenging, as you're about to see. So here's a little context. 2 months prior, I had left the Gold Coast, packed my life into my truck and set off in search of my place in the world, something I've always struggled with. I spent half my savings on the truck and the rooftop tent and all the other essentials necessary to turn a vehicle into a home, and hoped the little that remained would see me through until I found work someplace out there. I left with no comprehensive insurance, nor roadside assist, due to not feeling I had the room left in my budget. Stupid? Perhaps so. Yet great change often requires sacrifice, and sometimes that sacrifice is a sense of security. With powerful focus on my dream, my new purpose, I set forth armed with faith in the universe and my own ability, both of which were about to be tested. The update is that I was just sitting here reading my book this afternoon, and okay, so update. I was sitting here reading my book this afternoon, and you may notice something different about the car behind me. There's been a lot of wind coming through the last couple of days, and I decided I had the awning out because there's been a little bit of rain, and then when the sun's out it is hot. So I had the awning out, and because it was quite windy, I had the guy ropes down and like weighed down with rocks and stuff like that because I'm on sand. And this afternoon, a huge gust of wind came through and literally took my awning and folded it back over the top, over the roof of the tent, and it's broken my awning. It's snapped 2 of the arms off it, and it's broken my tent, like properly broken it. So, I don't know, as you can see, that side's sitting up and this side's sitting down on the roof rack, and you can see all the broken bits sticking up through there. It's basically got a whole heap of these aluminium slats that run through into here, and every single one of them along this side has snapped because this all folded up and over. So that's where I stand right now. I'm in a long way from anywhere, and the car isn't working, and I'm waiting for parts to fix it, and the awning's broken and the tent's broken, and these are the 3 most expensive things of this whole trip: my car, my roof tent, and my awning. And I've lost them all in one week, as you can see. So yeah, not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty red raw at the moment, and not sure what to do, but yeah. But on the bright side, I just made some damper up in the camp oven and it looks pretty damn good. Have a go at that. Absolutely nailed it, I think. Let's see how she tastes. She's a little bit doughy, but I quite like doughy bread, so I ain't complaining. I probably could have cooked it a little bit longer, but I do love me some damper. Nothing like a bit of nice warm campfire damper to lift the spirits a little bit after a shitty day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. I didn't do much yesterday, to be honest. Well, I cleaned the car, cleaned dust out the inside of the car, which was quite a job. But I'm glad I got that done. I mean, still gonna have to hit the PDR on the way south, but it was just so out of control horrible that it had to be done, and I've got a lot of time to kill, so did that, and then just pretty much read my book and made some more damper, as you'll see, which was delicious. That's about it, not much to report. Chatted to my best mate on the phone for an hour or so last night, which was really good. Yeah, so it's raining, which is great without an awning. And I woke up this morning to a notification from Australia Post saying that my delivery is expected Friday, not Wednesday. So that's also great. So, not much to report. Groundhog Day here. I'm gonna make a coffee and go and walk into town, I think, because I don't think I can stand being here another day. I need to go and do something different. Anyway, coffee's ready. I'll chat to you later. Okay, update time. So I've moved the car. I decided to risk it. So the car's drivable. It's just got no power, you know, and it's in sort of limp mode kind of thing, and it's not happy. It runs like shit, and I'm very worried about doing any further damage to the injector pump if, you know, heavens help me that it's still okay. Like, if it's still okay, I just don't want to drive this thing just for any, you know, yeah, if there's any chance of doing more damage to it, I'd kick myself. So anyway, I weighed up my options today though, and I found that there's a campsite that was a good like 1.5 K closer to town. I was about 2.5 Ks out of town. So now I'm about 900 meters out of town, and I just figured I'm gonna need to be going back and forth to town if it's true that this part isn't gonna be here till Friday. I still have multiple days to wait, and I need to be close to town for food, for water. I need to be close to town for power, because yeah, like it's the shittest weather. I'm just getting rain, clouds. It's so crap, like so opposite what the weather was like when we were actually doing the Cape trip, heading up and hanging out up there. It was amazing, and now it's just all rubbish. It's just grey and rainy today, and yeah, I'm gonna have to turn my fridge off. I'm pretty damn certain of that. It's just not getting the juice it needs. So yeah, I bit the bullet and just drove 1.5 K down the road and parked up here now, and I'm on top of a hill. So good for solar if the sun decides to come out, but shit for wind, copping wind up here as well. So a little bit of PTSD there. But anyway, I'm gonna get my stuff together now and go into town. Hopefully use some power, maybe start editing some videos, just distract myself for a bit. At least the Telstra tower is right there, so reception won't be a problem. Heading into town. See you soon, girl. On foot, here we go. Well, let's hope that I'm not here any longer than I absolutely have to be. Which is a strange thing to hope for, because I won't be. But let's hope that however long I have to be here, it's not all that much longer, because it is mighty expensive. It was a better day today. I went into town and that felt good, to just be away from the little prison cell of camp. And got to start work on one of the episodes, just sat at the pub and enjoyed some 240 power and had a couple of beers. But yeah, I'll tell you what, two VBs at the pub, 2 tins of tuna and 1 packet of wraps cost me $40 something. My God, this place is gonna bleed me dry. Far out, who wants to hire me? I need work. Oh well, back to camp. So the latest is that I'm still here. My primer pump arrived on Wednesday after all. I had 0 notifications on my post app. Like, it was just like, arrived in Brisbane, a sorting facility, and then nothing. And then like half an hour before the post office here shut yesterday on Wednesday, I got a notification. Actually, I didn't. I just opened the post app to have a look, and it was like, awaiting pickup. I was like, what? Shit. So I literally ran from camp down to the post office, picked it up before they shut. And a friendly local that I've connected with over the last few days, Alan, legend, he dropped me back and put it in, but no cigar. So chucked it on, and even though it does feel better, it primes up better, and with the clear hose on there's less air, it's not fixed the problem. So yeah, at this point, to be honest, after the amount of hours that I've spent reading the forums and running the diagnostics on this car, I am about as sure as you can be without knowing for a fact that I have a buggered injector pump, which is really not nice. It's really not nice. That's a very, very expensive part, and yeah, between that and the rooftop tent and the awning, I'm just, I don't really know what I'm gonna do, to be honest. So I've spent all morning, it's 1:10 now, working on the car, and I don't think to any avail. I've spoken to a bloke on the phone who knows about these things, and yeah, he basically just said, yeah, your injector pump will be gone. I don't really have any choice now, because I'm an idiot and I don't have roadside assist. So I'm basically going to have a swim, clean off, wash off, and then I think I'm just going to hit the road and drive as far south as I possibly can and pray that it can get me back to Cairns. And if not, then every kilometre I can do is a kilometre less I have to pay for with a tow truck, I suppose. But I don't know. Don't know what to say, don't know what to do. all feeling a bit hopeless and a bit lost at the moment, because this car's my whole world now, and just feeling like a bit of a fool for doing this on such a non-existent budget. Oh, it's done now, is what it is. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's all I got. So I'll chat to you when I know. Well, I suppose another update is in order. What a week. This is my home now, or for the time being. I'm parked out the back of the Exchange Hotel in Coen, and this is where I'm going to be repairing the old donkey. So I did finalise all my diagnostics, and I am as certain as I can be without knowing for a fact that it is a failed injector pump. So done my research, and I have managed to find one coming from Japan at about half the price of what they are to get one here in Australia. So at this point, it's just now a waiting game. I don't know how long it's going to be, but what I do know is that I should be able to earn some money while I'm here, which is really nice. I went up and spoke to the manager at the pub here, a really nice bloke named Ash. Shout out to you, Ash. Thanks for being such a legend, being so kind to me. And he's actually offered to give me some work. So it looks like I'm going to be staying here until the old girl's back on the road and fixed. Staying here at the back of the pub, working in exchange for my board in a sense, and also earning a little bit of money on top of that, which will help pay for the repairs and pay for just the cost of living here, because my God, it's not cheap in Coen, tell you what. I should share some grocery bills with you. That'd be a laugh, actually. Anyway, yeah, that's basically where I'm at. I have this cool little shade cloth thing right next to the car. I've got power. I've got a sink with running water, drinking water too, which is nice. And yeah, this is just gonna be home for a little while. So yeah, it's all right. Got some bulls for company, as you've seen on my story and on the screen, and mango trees all around, though they're not ripe yet, but hey, it's pretty cool. It's not a bad spot. It's not a bad spot, honestly, and this is what I'm doing, right? I'm living on the road, so, well, this is where I get to live for a bit. Nothing wrong with that. Far north Queensland. Why not? I'm not mad about it. I'm actually quite happy now that I've got all this sorted out and a bit of a plan. I'm starting to feel a bit better. So yeah, that's the latest. Thanks for following in on this weird, wacky journey that I've been on this week. And let us hope that bad things only do come in threes. Injector pump, awning, tent. That's my three. Done with that. Only the good things for a while from now on, please. Oh, anyway, I'm gonna get back to reading. Catch us later.